my god, this deck is everywhere. Like, literally everywhere. What's up, guys? This is Epopus here, and today I'm gonna cover one of the most. It's kind of a weird, interesting, and yet really annoying deck. And there's a good reason why I'm saying that. Is because when you're playing this deck, it's really fun, but when you're playing against it, it's really annoying, especially when you're playing on aggro deck, because this deck that I'm sure gets saying it doesn't really care about aggro like at all, because it has such good it's not a combo deck, it's not a mid-range deck at all. It's just a deck that I played against like ever since the new KDA cards came out, like the beginning of the month, and especially this guy Go Hard, which is the main key card in this deck. This card is really good, and it's one of the interesting cards that I haven't seen in a while. So Go Hard. So like I said, it's one of the new KDA cards. It only costs 1 mana. It's slow spell, but what it does is that you drain 1 from a unit and shuffle 2 copies of me into your deck. So note that it drains 1 from any unit, so it's your unit and it can be their unit. And then let's say if that the target, the unit that you targeted, it dies, or when it leaves the field, you don't get the drain one, but you still shuffle copies of it into your deck. And there's a reason why you want this in your deck. It's because once you cast this card 3 times, it transfers all copies of this card in your deck, in your hand, like everywhere, into pack your bags. And pack your bag is it's also a cost 1 mana card that's also slow, and this card is insane. What it does is that it deals 5 to all enemies in the enemy nexus, and then once you cast it, it transfers all copies of it right back to Go Hard. So you cast 3 of these again, goes back to this, you cast this again, go back to this rinse and repeat. So if you're playing 3 copies of decks, and you're playing like a turbo deck, like a Twisted Fate deck, and as long as you have 3 copies of this, you're technically never gonna deck out. And the fact that you're never gonna deck out, and this Go Hard, you keep comboing and comboing until you finish your opponent up by wiping their board with pack your bags, and then you keep draining, so you don't really lose life while you're doing this combo era. And like I said, you don't really deck out, so it's a really good tempo deck. It's a really annoying deck when you play. Like I said at the beginning of the video. So yeah, there are a lot of different versions of this deck that I play against, and this is my version. So yeah, but the general idea is the same. Like, obviously you play 3 copies of Go Hard and a bunch of draw cards, like the Rummage, the Jaina Erkin, Guns Beyond, Stalking Shadows. You play a lot of mana 2 cards due to Insightful Investigator. This card it's not the key card, but it works really well as a key engine card for this deck. So what it does is that it costs 4 mana. It's a 3/3. So stat wise, it's kinda mediocre. But what it does is that when you play two mana card, you draw one, and then you give that card a flating. So that's why there are a lot of value mana two cards in this deck, because you wanna give investigator a value for the turn that you play this card and that mana two card, because on that mana two card it's gonna be it's gonna be playing because you draw it. And the another key card that combos really well with investigator is torture prodigy. Like the investigator, stat wise and cost wise, it's kind of expensive, but when an ally dies, you refill your mana. So let's say you kill a unit with like Gloom's Beyond, with Unspeakable Horror and Biofeast, and mainly go hard. You repair your mana, so you never uh empty out your mana gems like it does. Yeah. So this is basically how this deck plays. Your ideal play is to have both of these cards out onto the board on your turn or on their turn, and if they don't answer it, like it can be like give you like some crazy combos, and your opponent is probably gonna rage quit. It's because if they don't stop go hard or don't answer the prodigy with the investigator, you get tons of advantage, and you're just gonna kill them and basically FTK them by looping the go hard and pack your bags, because pack your bag it deals 5 to the nexus as well. Like I can easily see go hard or pack your bags and possibly the investigator and the prodigy getting nerfed in the future patch, because this deck is really annoying to play against. Yeah, but I tier wise, I think this is tier 1. This deck is really good. So main deck wise is pretty standard. It's 3 go hard, 2 Jurgic, 3 Ramage, 3 Zena Erkin, 3 Elise, because it's a mana 2 card and it's the main champion. Like, the biggest problem in this deck is what second champion that you want to play. Like, I tried Ezreal, it did not really work, because you don't really target your enemy units as well. I mean, the go hard and mystic shots and stocking shot and not stocking shot, unspeakable horror and biobase. You get more value from targeting your own units and not your enemy. So Azrael, it's not. It sounds like a good idea, but it's gonna take forever to level him up. Callista, I mean, compared to Ezreal, Callista is a little bit better, because that one is really good, and that person makes it makes Callista like harder than the blocks in Cetus person if you're trying to go aggro. But Callista, it does not really fit in this deck at all, because you're not an aggro deck or a combo deck, because Azrael it works well in a combo deck, and Callista works well in an aggro deck. And this deck is kind of combo, but your main combo it just go hard. So the Azrael and the Callista it does not really work in the deck. Elise is really good, because it's a for one, it got still mana, so it combos well with the investigator, and it pretty much gives you a token whenever you attack with her, so that you can glimpse it, biofist it, unspeakable horror it, and then go hard it, so that you get combo through their death, so that you eventually gonna kill them. And the elite, it combos well with investigator and Prodigy as well because like I said, she gives you a token whenever you attack with her. So main deck wise, it's pretty glass cannon, but there are some tech cards that I'm playing this deck. Like a lot of people, they play haunted relics. They're playing like a scrap assembly that summons on two scutters. I don't really like this with Jerijic. It does the same thing. It's that it combos well with Remedy and General Ergen. But the tech, so instead of those cards, I'm taking quite a few in here, and the first card is Fading Memories. Um, Fading the Investigator and the Prodigy is really good because you're basically playing you're playing one copies of it in your hand and it got 0 mana, so it's not, so you go even and it's not technically a neck. I'm playing this card Eager Apprentice because for one, it's a it costs 2 mana, so it combos well with Investigator if you already have it on the field, and it repairs your spend mana as well because it gives you 2. So it synergizes really well in the deck, and it's a body on the board so that you can block. Elise obviously because it's good. It's yeah, it's good. 2 Mystic Shots, 2 answer threats, and you can kill your token that you get with Elise if need to be, and generally Mystic Shot is flexible because you can kill your own units to combo or kill one of their units so that you can block their attacks. So yeah, so my tech cards in this deck is 3 copies of Mystic Shot, 2 copies of Eager Apprentice, and 2 copies of Fading Memories. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up my own version of Gohar deck. There are a lot of different versions of Gohar decks that you can play in the game. Like you can combo this deck with Noxus if you wanna go towards the Agorot, or with combo if you wanna play a more combo or oriented deck. But so far, I like this version of the deck with the Shadow Isles. So before I close this deck out, there are a couple of things that I wanna mention about this deck. So this is the main deck. So 2 Unfading Memories, 3 Go Hard, 2 Jerijic, 3 Ramage, 3 Jenna Orkin, 2 Eager Apprentice, 3 Elise, 2 Flame Chompers, 3 Glimpse, 3 Mystic Shot, 3 Stalking Shadows, 2 Unspeakable Horror because on 3 it become a little clunky, and Biofist is just better compared to the Unspeakable Horror because on Biofist it gives you a token, and 3 Insightful Investigator, and 3 Torture Prodigy. Right, so that's the main deck, and the last thing I wanna say before I close this out, this deck is a really hard deck to play. So like, if you misplay even one single play while you're playing this deck, you can like cost it again because you don't play a lot of monsters in this deck. I mean, you do play 16, but most of them are there are combo pieces like the Investigator and the Prodigy. There are combo pieces, and if your opponent like answer them right away, your deck it can like slow down like quite a bit, like basically your body blockers are just like the general organ and the token that you get above release and Vile Face. So yeah, just keep that in mind. This deck is a really hard deck to play. It's fun. It's definitely a fun deck. It's just hard to play. So what I'm saying is that this deck has a really high skill cap. So if you're the kind of guy that doesn't like to play complicated decks, I strongly don't recommend this deck because even I have trouble playing this deck when I started playing up this deck. Like this deck is actually like really hard to play. You like Mr. Thing, but if you want a challenge, I recommend you guys to play this deck. So yeah, this is Board signing out. Peace out, guys. Peace out.